What's going on, everyone? Gabriel BG Music here. Today we're going to be going over the Warm Audio 87 large condenser microphone as well as a Neuman U87 AI large condenser microphone. These are two mics that I actually was researching for quite some time. I did a lot of reading and watched as many videos as I possibly could see to really see the difference between these two mics, and I hope to capture that with you today. I'm actually starting a series here of doing just that to provide the differences between these mics in an unbiased manner, using as much scientific method as possible so that there isn't any particular way that you're going to be swayed in any particular direction. So I will be discussing a buyer's guide as well so that you can get these microphones for as inexpensive as possible. I will be going over that in just a moment. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and talk about the actual test. And again, if you do like this content, please click in the links to purchase these microphones, because I will be getting a cut from that. I'll be completely honest and transparent. But the more that I make through doing these videos, the more product I'm going to be able to purchase and review and do side-by-side comparisons. So again, we'll talk about different ways for you to purchase these microphones and as inexpensively as possible, and talk about some of those options and routes. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this test. Both of the high-pass filters were engaged. So just going to say that right there. That is the way that this test was conducted. The microphones were placed as close as possible, making sure that my mouth was right in proximity, right in between, so that I wouldn't be favoring one microphone over the other. So that was definitely something I wanted to really focus on. Just another close-up of that, and another angle. Again, not doing this in a soundproof setting, but I was able to isolate as much noise as possible from behind. I did have some Orlex foam behind me to prevent any reflections. One thing that I did want to note, though, I used a Myco Audient preamp. I wanted to be as transparent as possible. And one of the things that I did notice is that the Neumann was much. It had much. The output on that particular microphone was much more sensitive compared to the Warm Audio. I really had to crank that. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of a close-up here. Again, the Myco was just used so that I had as little coloration as possible. Here is the input, that the gain that I use for the Neumann U87. As you can see, it's a little, I would say probably about 20 decibels a gain, somewhere around there. Maybe 25 or so, depending on how you want to subdivide this, but essentially that's where it is here, and that's the 33 mark. You can pay attention to that because we're going to be looking at the Warm 87 now. You'll see that that's a little bit past that 33 mark, so it was definitely required more output in order to get that particular microphone level match, which I did so within 0.01 dB or so. I really tried to be as careful as possible with that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and close out of that. Let's talk about one of the most important things. Again, I'm not going to say one mic is better over the other. Obviously, the Neumann U87 AI is significantly more expensive compared to the Warm Audio, but there's a reason for that, and we'll talk about that as well. So here is the cardioid pattern for the Neumann U87 AI, and you'll notice here that it's pretty flat, right? And there's a little bit of a bump here. I'd say somewhere between 7 and 11, 12,000. So big thing to note for that is this particular mic does have mojo. It does have this high-end sparkle in there. And that is really essentially the difference, the main difference, because if you look at the Warm 87 frequency chart, you'll notice that it's pretty flat as well. Again, it's a great mic, but it has a little bit of a bump here at the 4K mark, and it's somewhat of a little bit of a rounded slope here. But again, you will end up hearing this difference. This is what really makes this Neumann unique here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just go over some quick disclosures here. In that, I am acting as an Amazon associate. When you click on these links, I'm compensated when someone purchases using a link from my content. And I'm not going to embellish my relationship with Amazon. And here are just some quick affiliate disclosures. Gabriel BG Music, aka Gino Berger, was a participant in an Amazon Services LLC Associates program, an affiliate advertising program designed to provide a means for sites to earn advertising fees by advertising and linking to Amazon.com. FTC Disclosure: some links may be affiliate links. We may get paid if you buy something or take an action after clicking one of these. So one of the things, this is part of that buying guide. Again, we're going to get right into this content, but I just want to explain to you what this means. When you go click into my content, when you click in the bottom section, in that summary area where it shows the notes, there are two different routes to buy this U87. I call this the bargain route. This is if you just purchased the microphone. It's going to be, I think at the time of this video, February 26, 2020, it's about $3,200 just for the microphone. And then you can get this separate shock mount, and that's going to run you about, I'd say it was $25 or like $50, somewhere around there. If you want to just, the thing is though, is that if you just get the U87 with the Neumann branded shock mount, it's around $3,700. So again, of course I make more if you click on this one, but I'll just say that, the difference is somewhat negligible. I mean, this shock mount is definitely a little bit better, the Neumann branded one, in that it's not going to, once in a while using this shock mount, I noticed that it starts to kind of just fall a little bit. You kind of got to retweak it and tighten it a little bit. Whereas the Neumann one is a little bit more sturdy. So, and also there's a black and a nickel version of the W87 for the warm audio. I will try to update these links as often as possible to put any deals that I find. There is often deals, but again, that is subject to change. So, but that's just to explain. So if you want to just get everything here, just click on this U87 with Neumann branded shock mount. Pay a little bit more if you kind of just want to go for that route, or if you want to go the separate route, you can get just the mic itself and then get the shock mount separately, and it's not going to be a Neumann branded shock mount, but it'll work, So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So here is the U87, and again, listen to those nuances in the high end. First, I will play it to you just solo. We're just going to play it to you solo. And I just want you to listen to just this mic here, okay? So no effects, no nothing. All these are already bypassed, but because it's playing solo, but in the reverb effects chain is not solo safe. But here is the W87 in its full effect for this particular example.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation. So all my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh, whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the reptile, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
And now the U87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation. So all my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh, whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
All right, again, so I mean, gonna let you make your determination, but there's just that, in my conclusion, there's just that mojo that occurs in that U87, and the W87 has a good job of trying to get that U87 like honk, I like to call it, just that little bit of that jump. But again, they're just that up in that 7, 8 to 12K range. There's just got that mojo and that sparkle. That's where all that extra funds goes into Neumann, in my opinion. In listening to these, let's go ahead and just do some shorter passages here.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
That was the U87. Now the W87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
U87 now.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
W87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
Okay, let's give you a couple more passages in here so you can really kind of dial in. And I'm sorry, this is W87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversations. Oh, all my friends are turning green.
U87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversations. Oh, all my friends are turning green.
Just comes off as a little bit smoother. Again, I'll play that again. Here's the U87 again.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversations. Oh, all my friends are turning green.
Again, for the money, that W87 does sound great. Here's a W87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversations. Oh, all my friends are turning green.
Okay, getting to another passage here. Just showing you the solo vocals real quick. W87 again.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
Okay, here's a U87.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
Kind of hear a little something in that high part. I'll go ahead and play the U87 again. Pay attention to that second passage.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
Okay, and here's the W87.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
Yeah, just to me it sounds just a little bit more, a little less brittle sounding, I guess I want to say. The U87. Here's the U87.
Oh.
Here's the W87.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Again, no, not trying to influence you in either way. Just wanting you to let you know from my extensive research what I did find from these. Here's the W87 chorus.
Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
And now the U87. U87 right now.
Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
So interesting little note here is that I kind of found that sometimes listening to the U87 and W87 alone, You may not really see that value of that U87. It really does shine in a mix. So I'm just going to go ahead and play some acoustic guitar. I also have another tutorial with this doing more of a pop slash rock backing, but I figured it'd be good to have a couple different sources. So let's go ahead and just listen now with the actually we're gonna go ahead and gauge the effects. There's just light reverb, and light delay. No tuning a vocal or anything like that. Just no compressor or anything. Just a low mix right here. So a little something for you to compare. So here's the U87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
Now here's the W87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
W87 again. Let you get familiar with it.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
U87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
U87 again.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
Just for those of you yelling at your screen wanting to hear it without any effects, I'm going to go ahead and bypass these. Okay. So, U87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
W87.
I was scared of dentists and the dark.
Yeah, I'll just give you a couple. I just kind of give you the idea of what this sounds like with and without the effects, just so you can compare. W87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
And here's the U87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
W87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
That little honk in that 4K area. Here's the U87 now.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
Just really smooth, I find. I'm going to put in the effects because I find that, with the effects, I mean, that's really where the U87, just like it, the more you get in the mix, the more it shines, that U87. You could really hear how it kind of just sparkles and brings that vocal up front. Here's a U87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
W87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
U87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
W87.
I was scared of pretty girls and making conversation, so all of my friends are turning green.
Definitely advise you to listen through good quality headphones. Go ahead and do more here. Here is the W87 with effects.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
U87 with effects.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
And just for those of you wanting to hear it without the effects, here's a U87 without effects and guitars.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
Okay, and go ahead and switch us over to W87 without effects.
You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh.
Cool. Let's get to the chorus now. One thing I also do notice is when I am using any type of like Melodyne or any type of software that is processing vocal, the U87 just really makes it smooth. There's really not a ton of jumps, and so it's kind of one of the things I noticed with that. But I'll go ahead and show you some passages here without effects. Anyway, actually, just what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bounce back and forth. Okay, so you notice this mute here. This is U87. When this is muted, this W87 is engaged. And then when the mute switches down here, excuse me, then the U87 is being used. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a passage. You can kind of hear it in the kind of how it kind of processes through the actual progression of the song. And then I'll do it with the effects on.
Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat. You're gonna sing the words wrong.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that again.
Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat. You're gonna sing the words wrong.
Really find when I do that, it's a little bit easier to really hear the difference. I'm going to do it now with the effects on. Hopefully you're able to see that clearly. Again, when this mute is on the U87, then the W87 is in fact playing and vice versa. So let's go ahead and do this with the effects now. Start on the W87. This really kind of gives you an idea to hear the differences.
Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat. You're gonna sing the words wrong.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that again. This time we'll start in the U87.
Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat. You're gonna sing the words wrong.
All right, cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm just going to play just the no guitar in the background and no effects either, even though these are muted, but I'll just do that just so you can see it.
Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat. You're gonna sing the words wrong. Whoa, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat. You're gonna sing the words wrong.
Just to let you know, I'm also using Apogee Rosetta 800 converters for the output here. But yeah, I just wanted to take this moment and show everyone again the differences between these two mics, and you could really just hear it around there. Again, it really depends on what you're looking to buy. You know what I mean? If you're a vocalist, I'm a vocalist. That's why I got the Neuman U87 AI. It's always been one of those mics I read about and just really was able to finally come across one at a great price. I do recommend buying new. I actually talked to the guys at Neuman, and they said that if something happens, they have a really awesome warranty program. I believe it was something like $150, and they'll cover a lot. But yeah, you really do hear that difference up in this, like 6, 7K, where it kind of starts to bump up into that 12. It's just so smooth. Again, the W87 is no slouch. Absolutely wonderful mic. The fact that you have, figure 8 and omnidirection and cardio is just incredible. There's so many features for this warm audio. You really can't go wrong. And as a matter of fact, a good recommendation, if you did have these both, if you could afford both, and I would probably track lead with the Neuman U87 AI and potentially backing vocals for the Warm 87. Again, absolutely great mics. You really can't go wrong. There is a little bit of a difference. Again, that Warm 87 will get you there for around that $500, $600 price. It'll get you there. But if you really want that last 10, 20% of detail and just shimmer and radio recording, I just feel that that's why these mics are so expensive, and because they're absolutely great quality, and that is what you get for them, is you get incredible quality, and you get that high-end shimmer mojo thing going on. It's just absolutely beautiful. Pair this thing with any preamp, it just sounds incredible. Again, Warm 87, no slouch, absolutely great mic as well. But it really is up to you and what you're doing. If you are just starting out a studio and maybe you just need to grab something that's going to be decent, sure, this will get the job done, right? But if you kind of want to have that mic that they're going to be asking about, and you're at a different tier, then you really can't go wrong with the U87. It's not just a price thing; it's a quality thing. The types of transformers and quality and components that they use for these particular mics. Again, Warm 87, no slouch, but these both absolutely great mics. And again, I would appreciate it if you do happen to purchase these mics, that you do use my Amazon affiliate links that are going to be in the description of this video. Again, if you want to go the bargain route, the U87, if you if you want to save some money, you could save couple $100 if you just buy the mic itself. I believe at the time of this video, February 26th, 2020, you get this just the mic alone for $3,200. It's a beautiful nickel version, and then you can get the shock mount for again about $25 to $50. Or if you want to get that premium shock mount from Neuman, supposedly I guess it's just not gonna, that mic won't kind of droop as much. Every once in a while you would have to tighten this one, but if you want to just do that, you can get this one for around $3,700. Again, I'm going to continually be updating this and trying to find the best deals for you all, but again, those are your options there. There's a Warm 87 black version, which I had for the Shootout. Absolutely great mic. Kind of cool looking too. I did like that, but if you want to get something, I feel like if you're going to get the Warm Audio Warm 87 W87, just get the black one. It's a warm audio. It's not the actual the Neuman U87, but I don't know. That's just a preference thing. But these nickel ones are really sharp as well. And again, I'll try to continually look for deals and ways for you to kind of be able to save some money. But these usually go around. Sometimes you can catch them for like 400, in the high 400s, and those deals will be on here. I'll try to update that. As of now, I believe they're around a little over 500. Sometimes you can get them into the high 500s, about $599, I want to say. But again, they're absolutely great mics, and it really depends what you want to do with that. I'm not going to say one's better than the other. It depends what you're looking to do. You can track vocals with both of these. If you get two of these mics, you could be great for acoustic guitar tracking. I mean, there's just so much you can do with them. These super high quality mics. And again, I just wanted to have a Neuman U87 AI. I've always been, hearing of them and seeing them whenever I see them, and I just think they're beautiful mics. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Please like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions or what have you. And again, I am going to, if you do click on these links, I appreciate it. It'll give me more money to be able to do some more shootouts, and I do have a couple coming up. So I really do hope you stay tuned. I'm also going to be doing one with, again, more of a rock song. This is more acoustic. So But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for tuning in.